Hello and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. My name's Craig. I'm from mansioningles.com. And I'm really pleased to welcome back after a short summer break, Mónica Stocker from
that's the competition. He was cheating on me with another woman, and he went to the competition.
No, I wasn't. That's not true. We really missed you. So welcome back. How was your summer? Did you have a good summer?
Yes, very good summer. Well, my name is Mónica Stocker, and I'm the author of blog Para Aprender Inglés. That's the old blog, and blogdelingles.com. Thank you. We also have EPI and Apprentice. They are the English academies that we have for companies, Apprentice, and for private people. And we do Skype lessons. Okay, so I have been away for about a month, or more than a month, because I wanted to come back the first week of September. And you know what? I found out that my place was taken here. So I was very jealous. I said, who is this person? I sent an email to Craig saying, who is she? I don't know her. So my place was taken. So we're going now to just do every 2 weeks. I'll be joining the show, and Lynn will be the other two weeks with Craig. Okay, he has a lot of fans, also teachers, and now, well, I had a good time. I was very lucky because many people couldn't have a holiday, and I'm very grateful for that. So I think Craig just said that I look fresh, and yeah.
You do. You look really rested. You look really good and relaxed, and you look like you've just had a lovely rest. So it's wonderful.
Yeah,
welcome back.
That's very good because it's not always the case.
Okay. We have some people joining us. Hema, hello, Hema.
Oh, Thanks Hema, for being here nice to see you again.
Christine is here with us, and Claudia, hello, and Yabar again. Thanks for joining us again, Yabar. And Angelica. From Mexico is with us. If you're watching the replay on Facebook, thank you very much for jumping in and watching the replay. This week, Mónica and I are going to speak about verbs followed by infinitives. We have some verbs for you that take the infinitive, or sometimes maybe also take the gerund. So we'll look in detail at these 15 verbs. And as we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, if you would like to come in and say hi and practice your speaking and say hello, then this is the link you need for StreamYard to join the stream. Remember, you don't have to come in with video. If you're not so sure about coming in and joining, you can just say hello with audio, and it will be really lovely to meet you and see you in here with us. So I'll put that link up again soon, and I'll also put it in the chat box. But let's start with our first verb, Mónica. The first verb we have today that takes the infinitive is
agree. Okay, can I
tell us about agree?
Agree. One thing I'm going to say about agree, and before I say anything, it's not I am agree. Okay, estoy de acuerdo. Agree in English does not need the verb to be, okay? Everybody makes this mistake. So pay attention. It's I agree. Yo estoy de acuerdo is I agree without the verb to be, because it's a verb in itself, okay? It doesn't need the to be, okay? I agree. For example, I can say, I agreed to the past tense. I agreed to sign the contract. To sign. So it's followed by infinitive. So estuve de acuerdo en firmar el contrato. Okay, that's an example. Another example?
I have an example for you. Because at the moment it's the beginning of the new school year, especially here in Spain, we're sending the children back to school. I know you don't have young children, but if you had young children, say maybe 10 or 11 years old, would you agree to send them to school or not?
Yes, I would. To get rid of them.
Give you some peace and quiet.
It's a joke, but it's like that. When you have
no, but some people are very concerned. Some people are very concerned about the conditions in the school, and they don't agree to send their children to school.
Yeah, they don't agree. Right. It's easy. Okay. If you have any, I couldn't agree more with you. Who said that, Christine? Hello. Carlos is Spanish and now is in Istanbul. Good for Carlos in Turkey. Hello from Guatemala, Eldis, and Marcela from Colombia. Okay, so remember, you can jump in if you want to. Just copy the link. We just said it a minute ago for the newcomers.
Yeah, the link's in the chat room. If you want to come and join us, just put the link in your browser. It works better with Chrome if you have the Chrome browser, but try it on a mobile phone if you're on a mobile phone. Any more on agree, or should we go to the next verb, Monica?
No, let's go. I don't know if there are any questions about.
If you have any questions, put them in the chat room, as usual. Ask us. We're here to help you. Arrange. How would you say arrange in Spanish?
Arrange is, I would say, organizar. For example, depends on the context. It depends on the context because it's not always organizar. It can be to arrange a meeting.
Yes, because we arranged to do this Facebook Live at 8 o'clock.
We arranged to do.
To do.
Okay? Arrange is only with an infinitive. You cannot. In fact, we decided to do a list of infinitives. It's the most common case. Okay, if you're in doubt about infinitive and gerund, you can choose infinitive because it's the most common situation. It's going to be followed by an infinitive. But
1 second, Monica, because we have Ruben who wants to jump in and say hello. Hi, Ruben. Can you hear us? Hello? Ruben, can you hear us?
No, I don't know.
He's trying to come in and say hi.
He is quite brave. No, it was not possible.
He's disappeared. Sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying.
Okay, no, I was saying that everybody's asking for the rule, a golden rule, to know when to use gerund and when to use infinitive. But there is no rule. I always say there is no rule. The only rule is that you memorize them, and that's quite hard. And I'm thinking, how did I learn that? Just speaking, listening, speaking, listening, speaking. I've never used it. Just like a list of verbs. I never really care about that. It's just listening. So if you have an exam, probably you need to use a list, but otherwise it's good just to listen and to speak because it's the best way to learn. And then there is no rule. And that's why we decided to dedicate this class only to infinitives, because there are many different cases where it can be sometimes also verbs that can be used with both, with infinitive and gerund. And in this case, arrange is only used with infinitives. Okay, so arrange.
Ruben is trying to connect again. Ruben, if you can hear me, you need to give permission to use your microphone and your camera to come in and join. So you need to give the permission to StreamYard. Maybe that's the problem. So keep trying. Hopefully we can bring you in at some point later. The next verb is ask.
Ask. Okay, and the ask has two meanings actually. And if you translate it into Spanish, you will get preguntar, of course, but it also means pedir. Okay, so ask. She asked me to stay home. Me pidió que me quedara en casa, for example. She asked me to stay home. Ask is like asco. Be careful. The pronunciation is like, you can think of asco. Ask. It's very strong. This. So she asked me to stay home. Ella me pidió que me quedara en casa. So followed by an infinitive. Another example?
And there's one interesting thing about ask. If we go back to agree to do something, agree to send your child to school, agree to speak in English, agree to give you some money. So it's agree plus infinitive, no problem. With ask, and Monica's example, there was an object in between the verb and the infinitive. Monica said, ask me to do something. Ask him to pay me. Ask them to arrive early. So you're putting the object in between the verb and the infinitive.
Yeah, you need it because otherwise you wouldn't be able to understand it. Huh?
Yeah,
exactly. You always act as someone. Huh? So is that clear? Any
questions so far?
Christine has a good question. Why don't you bring it up? Because what is the difference between ask versus ask for? Okay, this is a good question. I don't know if you can answer like that. So
isn't it with you? It's a noun, so you ask for something, and so you're not having two verbs together. Ask someone to do something. You're asking for a thing, usually. So he asked me for some money. I asked Monica for some advice. So you ask someone for something, which is a noun. So there's no verb.
There's no verb.
No se puede decir ask for to do something.
No.
So you can't have the infinitive after the preposition for.
And ask for is clearly pedir. The translation is pedir, where ask can be preguntar y pedir. Okay.
I asked for her phone number.
Yeah.
She asked me for some advice, for example. So you ask for something. Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Next one is a little bit complicated. Need. Now,
need. Before we started, Craig was giving me some examples in British English with need as a modal verb because it's also a modal verb. And I thought, oh, come on. Nobody says that. That's old-fashioned. And only British. I have never heard in American English that verb. So, what happened? Where did you go, Craig? You disconnected yourself. I don't know. Well, I can just, I don't know. This is very funny because, where is Craig? Craig, where did you go?
I didn't do anything. I just disappeared.
Yeah, you just disappeared. This is very funny because I was thinking, okay, now I have to continue on my own. And I don't even have the list.
Monica was thinking, I need to continue by myself. There's an example with need. I don't know what happened.
I must continue on my own. I thought, I was quite shocked because I thought, now for the whole class on my own, and I don't even have the list of. I do have a list, but not the things that he put in on the banner. I don't have that because he's commanding everything here, as you see. He is the one that is administrating everything. And then
I'm the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
Suddenly he vanished. I was alone in the screen.
Sorry to scare you. So so need.
Yeah, I was scared. I thought, now what do I do? Okay.
So need, when need is a full verb, un verbo principal, use the infinitive. I need to go early. I need to leave early. I need to speak to you. I need to buy some milk. I need to use the car tomorrow. So need plus infinitive. No problem there. In British English, you can use need as a modal auxiliary verb, and it behaves exactly the same way as other modal verbs: must, can, should, would, etc. Which means no third person, no S, okay? No do with questions. So when you ask a question with need as a modal auxiliary verb, you would say something like needn't. Where's my example?
Who says that?
Need we spend so much money? Which means, is it necessary to spend so much money? Need we do it? Need we spend so much money?
Nobody says that.
Or, well, no, here's another example, Monica. This is more common. You needn't help me. I can do it by myself.
Okay.
You needn't do it.
The standard form is you don't need to help me. you would have
yes,
where it's not a modal verb, it's just a normal verb. You don't, you would add don't to make the negative.
Christine has a good example. My hair needs cutting.
Yeah.
Or you can say, Christine, I need to cut my hair with the infinitive.
Also, okay.
So it kind of has a passive use as well. My hair needs cutting.
And there's a gerund.
And there's a gerund. Yes, and there's a gerund.
Not only infinitive. Good example, Christine.
My car needs cleaning. I need to clean my car. Next one is manage.
Yeah, very good examples, Juan Camilo. Manage. I finally managed to get a hold of him. Craig was really difficult to reach, so I finally managed to contact him, make it easier, example, because he was doing classes with another teacher, not with me, during the summer, so he didn't want to answer my emails. So, but I finally managed.
Did you miss annoying me and teasing me during the summer, Monica? Did you miss
Yes, I missed it.
having me as your punching bag? You had nobody to punch during the summer.
No. So I thought, I'm going to wait until I see Craig.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to tease him.
Hey, Monica, need you be so bad?
Yes,
need you be so...
It makes the show more exciting. It's not...
Yeah, it's true.
Do you think people want to watch us talking about 15 verbs that are followed by infinitive at 8 o'clock in the evening? Do you think they like that? No. I suppose they don't.
I think they're here because they want to improve their English. Hi, Veronica. Veronica's jumped in as well. And Dami from, I don't know where, from Mexico. Dani from Mexico says she listens to our podcast every day and you're looking forward to Sunday. Reza is fine. Thank you very much. I spoke to him yesterday and we've recorded some more podcasts. So there is one, as usual, this Sunday. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
Did you manage to rest this summer?
Yes, of course. This is what, sometimes you go on a holiday and it's even worse. Okay. But in my case, I managed. This is a good use of this because the word manage is sometimes you think of a manager. This is a very common word. But did you manage? And in Spanish from Spain, you could say te las apañaste, apañarse con algo. Okay. So I managed to rest. Did you manage to close that suitcase after you came back from the trip? Because this is a situation where it's always happens. You go on a trip and your suitcase is very easy to close, but when you come back, you put more things on it and you can't not close it. And so you say, I was asking always my husband, did you manage to close my suitcase? Because he has to put some weight on it. Okay.
He sits on it.
Manage. See, so
let me give you the link again if you want to join us. That's the link you need to put into your browser, to Navigador. If you want to join us, I'll put it in the chat room also. And why don't you come in and say hello, tell us where you're from, and maybe ask us a question with one of these verbs. Can you use these verbs correctly? And maybe ask us a question to practice. That would be nice. So there is the link in the chat room.
Oh, good, Christine. I somehow managed to convince my husband
to take
some days off, or a day off.
Not taking. You convince someone to do something. So convince is another verb that has the infinitive. Convince someone to do something. Okay. Next verb we have is forget. Now, forget can be with the infinitive or with the gerund.
Yeah, and you can give examples, and I'll try to translate to see if they can get an idea of what the difference is.
Okay.
I'm not
first. First with the infinitive. I forgot to send Monica an email.
Okay. Simply se me olvidó mandarle a Mónica un email. Okay. And then the next one would be I forgot sending.
And with the gerund, you could say I forgot seeing I forgot seeing the film last week.
And in this case, the translation could be no recuerdo haber visto. No recuerdo haber visto la película. No recuerdo haber visto. But I was going to say, can we use the same example so that the difference is clearer? Because if you use a different example.
No, you can't, because with the first example with the infinitive, I forgot to send you the email. It's something that I needed to do. Que tenía que hacer,
yeah, but
and I forgot to do it. So that's with the.
No, but with another example, for example, I forgot to meet him, and I forgot meeting him.
Yes, there's a clear difference there. I forgot to meet him. I needed to meet him, and I forgot to do it. I forgot meeting him.
What I wanted to say.
The memory of meeting him has disappeared. The memory of this person has gone.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say, so that they can see the difference. They visualize the difference. With this example, using the same verb, you have different meanings. Because if you use different examples, it's more difficult to see the difference. That's what I mean. So if I say I forgot to meet him, as, for example, I made an appointment, quedé con él, no quedé con él porque se me olvidó. O sea,
we've got some really nice examples in the chat room. There's Juan Camillo saying, I forgot to take the trash out.
Okay.
Good example, Juan Camillo.
But let me finish with meeting, okay? So
okay, sorry.
I forgot meeting him. And then this is different because you're thinking about it and you can say, no recuerdo haber quedado con él. No recuerdo. I'm trying to go back in my memories. It's not the same. So, no recuerdo. And this is the gerund. No recuerdo haber quedado con él. Okay, this is the difference. And with the same verb. So, I forgot to lock the door, Graciela. I forgot to take the trash out. I forgot to tell you something. I always forget to turn off the lights.
Yeah, me too.
You can say, no, that's another, that doesn't go. I forgot to lock the door last night.
And Graciela, well done, Graciela, because Graciela has an example with the gerund.
Where is it?
I forgot meeting you before. Yeah, I forgot meeting you. I don't remember. Yeah. I have no memory of this thing.
Okay. Very
so
good.
It's kind of like the activity that you have forgotten. You've forgotten doing the activity.
That's a good definition to see. You forgot the activity. You forgot the activity, not the specific moment.
Before we move on, Luis is saying he'd like to talk with you. I'm not sure what's happening. Some people are trying to come in, and I can see you below the screen, and I give permission, but you don't appear. So keep trying to connect. Maybe try with a different browser. It works very well with Chrome, with Google Chrome. It works very well with Firefox. Not so much with Mac computers, but keep trying, and we'll try to bring you in to say hello and have a chat with you. So
maybe they have a technical issue with the different. Yeah.
Possibly.
That's a very good example. He always forgets with an S, Juan.
Yeah, because it's he. Because it's he.
Take the trash, or he always he always forgets to take the trash. It's with an S, not with a. Can you solve me this? Yeah, I have. Can you solve this, please? I have the doubt because it seems a present simple tense in affirmative. No, it is the present simple, but what you have to pay attention to the subject. In this case, is third person. Third person in the present simple tense is always S at the end.
And trash, we know what trash means, but it's an American English word. In British English, we say rubbish.
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 Like rubbish.
Veronica.
And also a figurative way.
I forgot my appointment. There you've used a noun, Veronica. If you want to use a verb, you could just say, I forgot to go to the dentist.
Yeah, exactly.
Then there you have two verbs together, second verb, infinitive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the next word?
Try. This is a good one. I just learned it from Craig because I never thought about it.
Try has...
Try.
Do you want to try to do this?
Yes, because...
Go on, you try to do it.
Craig is a very good teacher, so I just learned it. Try, if it goes with an infinitive, then it's to make an effort. For example, I tried to open the door, but I couldn't. Okay, there's an effort. And if the meaning is, if it is followed by a gerund, then it's experimenting with something. For example, I try making a new cake, a new kind of cake. I tried making. So,
no, it would be I tried to make a new cake. If it's a gerund, es hacer esfuerzo.
Well, give me an example with the gerund then.
I tried pushing the car.
Yeah, no, but with the gerund. I tried pushing.
I tried pushing the car.
But you said... No.
Oh, no, I think I'm confused.
Yeah, but you told me the opposite.
Let's start from the beginning. No, you're right, Monica. You're right, Monica. But what was the example with the cake? Because that sounded strange to me.
Oh,
I tried
making, experimenting.
I tried making a cake.
I tried.
That's okay. Yep.
I tried making. I was trying different recipes, but for example, I tried making this new cake, but it didn't work out. It's no resultó. Okay. I tried making the experiment. And another example could be I try.
Graciela has a good example.
Let me see.
You're always late. You
early.
Always arrive late. You're never on time. You're always late. And then Graciela says, try getting up earlier.
Good, Graciela. Thumbs up. You have plenty of time. Try getting. Try would be an infinitive. What we're talking is about infinitive, the verbs that follows, okay? Not the verb we're talking about. These verbs are followed either by an infinitive or a gerund, okay? So
Lewis was trying to connect before.
Exactly.
Just to say hello. Exactly. And it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So I could say to Lewis, try using a different browser. Try using Firefox.
Yeah, try using, or here an example by Veronica.
Experimentar.
Experimentar, I would say, Veronica, the right sentence would be, I try playing guitar, but experimenting with the guitar, no? But I'm not too good at it, okay? I try playing. And if I say, so the difference is, I'll repeat, if it is followed by an infinitive, if it's try, not trying, try is followed by an infinitive, this means to make an effort.
Like try to do my best every day.
Exactly. That. If it is followed by a gerund, is experimenting. Okay.
So Christine has a wonderful example for me because I have tried everything to lose weight and I can't lose weight. So a suggestion from Christine, try eating less or try exercising more.
Very, very good. Try eating less. Very good example.
Experimentar.
Okay, that was a tricky one. Let's go.
Yeah, that was difficult.
Prepare, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Prepare. So prepare.
Infinitive.
Only infinitive.
Yeah, only infinitive. That's easy. Just remember it's infinitive.
Prepare. I prepared to get the bad news. I prepare. I don't know if I prepare myself. I don't know.
I'm preparing to take an exam.
I'm preparing to take an exam.
I'm studying. I'm preparing to take a test. I'm studying. Prepare to do something.
To do something. Oh, very good. I prepared. Okay. So.
That's easy.
Easy.
Next one, continue. Also, infinitive only. No, both. It can take both.
No, it can
infinitive
take both.
And gerund.
Infinitive and gerund. And I continue to have trouble speaking English. For example, I continue to have.
Or with the gerund.
With gerund, I continue having problems.
Imagine someone, a wife loses her husband. Her husband dies very sadly. You could say she continued to wear her wedding ring after he died, or she continued wearing.
Both have the same meaning.
Both are the same, and there's no change in meaning.
Wearing, so sigue llevando puesto.
Yeah.
El anillo. Okay, I'm preparing myself to take part in the marathon.
There's an example from Tony. He says, I'm preparing my students for the FCE exam, or I'm preparing my students to take the FCE exam. So again, you can put the object.
Yeah, there you have just a noun. What we care about is the verb, if it is a verb. With a noun, it's very easy because you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
But the moment you put a verb, you're doubting, wow, should I put an infinitive or should I put a gerund? I continue playing video games. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'll continue working a bit more after the meeting. Perfect.
Oh, that's quite long.
Yeah.
At least if you're in Spain. I don't know if you're in another part of the world. Okay.
Refuse is our next verb.
Refuse.
Infinitive only. I asked Monica to help me, but she refused. She refused.
Now you're starting.
She refused to help me.
He's picking on me, okay? Vengeful creature.
Te lo devuelvo.
He starts, yes. So I'll get back to you, okay? So just wait, because he doesn't like it that I pick on him. But this makes these classes more spicy because it's not so boring, only grammar. He refused to pay attention to me. He refused to do something. He refused to call me back.
Can you think of something, Monica, that you've refused to do recently?
What did I refuse to do? I refused to store some stuff from a neighbor that he wanted me to store it at home, and I said no, I cannot because I'm leaving. So I refused.
No, Juan Camillo, that's not correct because you've used the gerund. You need the infinitive with refuse. So the correct sentence: he refused to pay the fee. He refused to pay the money with infinitive, not gerund.
So
next verb we have is decide.
No, that's easy one.
It's easy.
It's only infinitive. I decided to come back with Craig again, though he was
cheating on you. Cheating on you with another woman.
I decided to come back. Okay, that's an example.
Yes, it's a very good example. Have you decided to go anywhere for Christmas?
No,
have you decided to stay? Have you decided to stay in Madrid?
To stay in Spain, yeah.
Me too.
And maybe have some family coming over this year because we always go. We go abroad for Christmas, so this year is going to be here, I think. Okay.
Yeah, me too. We've decided to stay here. It's not a good year to travel anywhere.
No, it's very bad. It's very bad. So decided to do. I have decided to start a new class with some new students. I have decided to learn German as well as English and anything. Okay.
Okay, next word, remember. Now, remember like forget can have a gerund or an infinitive, but there is a change in meaning. Let me give you some examples. I remember arriving in Spain for the first time. So I have that memory in my head. And
Yes,
as we said before, it's that activity, that memory that's here. I remember meeting Monica for the first time. So I remember something that happened in the past. However, when you use the infinitive, then you need to remember to do something. For example, I must remember to buy milk. So there's an action that you need to take. And it's often in the future, but it can also be in the past. I didn't remember to turn off the lights, for example. So again, it can be infinitive, it can be a gerund. There is a difference in meaning. You remember doing something, and you must remember to do something. And when you remember doing something, it's the memory that's in your head, the activity that you have. If you translate that to Spanish, Monica, is there a difference?
Yes, slight differences. It's like you're telling, well, I'll give an example with the same word, the same verb, so that I suppose you can see it more clearly. She remembered to visit her grandmother. Se acordó de ir a visitarla, de ir a visitar a su abuela, ¿no? She remembered to visit. That's the meaning there. And she remembered visiting her grandmother. It means recuerda haberla visitado. Like Craig said, it's a memory. So it's a memory. And the other thing is the action, the real action. Se acordó de ir a visitarla. Okay.
And we have some nice
activity and action, and the other one is a memory. So
we have some nice examples in the chat room. Graciela says, remember to do something. Don't forget to do it. And Tony, with the gerund, has the memory of writing his first letter. So I remember writing my first letter in English. It was terrible.
Yeah, I remember. That's the memory.
Very good example, Tony. And one with the infinitive, remember to not make errands, Christine, do errands. The collocation with errands is do. So I remember to do the errands that I told you this morning. How would you say that in Spanish? ¿Recuerda hacer las tareas?
No, los recados.
Los recados.
Errands is recados.
Okay, so it's infinitive as well in Spanish.
At least in Spanish from Spain. I don't think it's the same word in the rest of in other countries. But in Spanish from Spain, it's recado.
Gracia says, remember plus I remember meeting the Queen. Is that true, yeah. Graciela? Did you really meet the Queen? Is that true? Wow.
Remember. Okay, I think it's quite clear.
Yeah,
I think spending the whole afternoon playing
in the street. Yeah,
in the street more than at the street.
And remember to take your medicine on time. Yeah, I think you've got the idea with remember.
Yeah. Remember the action with infinitive, and with the gerund is the memory, what you have in your head.
La memoria.
Okay. Start can be also both, no? Yes,
but there's a grammar difference. If you use start with a non-continuous tense, like present simple, for example, you can use either a gerund or an infinitive. For example, why don't you start learning German, Monica? Or why don't you start to learn German? So you can use the infinitive or the gerund if the tense is a simple tense. If the tense is a continuous tense, then it must be the infinitive. Okay, Monica is learning to speak German. So you cannot say Monica is learning speaking German.
No.
So if the tense is continuous, it must be infinitive and not gerund. So that's the difference with start. I'm starting to feel old, Monica.
Oh, you're not old. You're quite young. So
Juan's starting recently. Well, so you've started to learn German.
Yeah, I started my German, but in this case, it's a noun. No, it's The real challenge comes when you have to think of a verb after start.
Yeah.
And start is a funny word because the start has one different meaning that nobody thinks about. Okay, start is empezar, of course, it's like to begin. But there's one meaning, hidden meaning of start, is to start a car. And that means arrancar.
Arrancar.
And so that's the only meaning that is, in this case, it's collocation, start the car. I can't start the car, for example, because it doesn't connect, or there's a problem with the engine. Oh, no.
The car needs starting.
That's
hate.
So old. So sounds like Queen's English. Hate. Okay, hate. Hate is. This is about feelings. So this again here we have the possibility to use both infinitive and gerund. It's like and it's like love. No, one is the result, and the other one is the activity. So if you focus on the result, for example,
getting up early is a good idea.
Early.
It's a good example. Yeah. I hate getting up early. You hate the activity of getting up early. But if you hate to get up early, then you hate the result of what happens when you get up early. I hate getting up early because I have to rush and I have to eat breakfast very quickly and I don't have time.
Yes.
And the same with like. Nobody really likes getting up early, do you? Do you like getting up early, Monica? I hate it.
And when I was younger, I think I not like that I enjoyed it, but it was easier. Now,
I don't like getting up early, but I like to get up early because I like what that gives me. I like the result.
That's also true. That's also true for me.
I like to get up early. I can have a shower. I can listen to the news. I can have a good breakfast.
Yeah, I hate to be in a rush, like all the time. Yeah. Oh no, 5 minutes. So I usually get up 1 hour before I start my classes because I want to go have breakfast, get dressed, have a shower, be relaxed, all this. I hate ironing. Oh, I hate doing the chores. I hate ironing. I completely agree with you. That is a horrible activity. So you hate the activity.
I hate doing the ironing. You can say doing the ironing. All of the tareas at home collocate with do. So you do the ironing, do the washing, do the laundry.
I hate that. Okay, I hate doing. She hates doing her homework. Okay, but sometimes I don't like to use the word hate because it gives me like negative feeling.
It's very strong. It's a very
strong word. So I just say, well, I don't like it, and that's it. Because hate is not a nice word. I think. I'm just talking about emotions because sometimes when you use the words, you also feel it. So not to make it worse, I just say, well, I'll give it a try. I'll do the ironing. So, but I don't say hate. I don't use it too often.
There's two good examples with hate. One is gerund, one is infinitive. So Graciela correctly says that she hates doing the ironing, which is the activity of the ironing. She hates that activity. And Christine's example with the infinitive, I hate to tell you this.
But you're stupid.
You wouldn't use a stupid. You wouldn't say a stupid, just stupid. You are stupid.
It's not a noun. Stupid is like in Spanish.
You can say you are a stupid person.
Exactly.
Or a stupid man.
Yeah. And Christine, you wouldn't say that. Anyway, I hate to tell you this, but for example, you're not wearing your trousers.
Actually, I'm not wearing my trousers. I'm just wearing shorts.
In these Zoom meetings,
because you just see me from here up.
So, and then you stand up. You thought it was finished, and I hate to tell you this, but I think you're not wearing your trousers. Okay.
Emma says, "I prefer." Me too. I don't like or I dislike. I dislike getting up early. Is softer, isn't it? It's a bit more suave, a bit softer.
Yes, and also I hate to tell you this, but you have failed your test. Okay, this is an example.
That's fine. Okay, the final one, verb number 15, is quite easy, and it is want.
Want.
Infinitive.
Infinitive. I want to know this. Are you still me?
Go on, ask me.
No, because you're going to be vengeful. Okay, I want to, for example, go on a holiday, or I want to, I'm getting too much light now because it's very dark outside. Now that's better. I want to buy a new computer. I want to go, I don't know, on a trip.
Is there anything new that you want to buy? I mean, is that a true example, to buy a new computer?
No.
Is there anything that you want to buy that's new?
No,
do you want
that's
to buy?
not true.
Do you want to make any changes to your house?
Not really. And do you?
I'd like to have a bigger house. I'd like to have one extra room, but that's not possible. We want to paint the flat next year, so it's looking really grubby and dirty and a bit shabby. Shabby is cutre. So we want to paint it next year.
Yeah. And Christine has Rafaela says, I want to do something. I just wanted to let you know you're the best.
Oh, thank you, Christine. That's lovely.
That goes for Craig, not for me.
No, it's for both of us. Don't be silly. I want to learn more English vocabulary. Well, you are in the right place, Juan, for that. And Tony wants to go to London on his next vacation, or holiday, as we say in British English.
Okay. Oh, he doesn't like it because he doesn't like American English. Okay, so I want to join to say hi. I want to say hi. I want to say, you don't need join. No? I want to say hi.
Or maybe Yabad wanted to join us to say hi. He wanted to come into the Facebook Live, maybe.
Wanted to join you.
Because when it's infinitive, it's kind of meaning for the future. If you want to do something, the implication is it's going to happen in the future. So if you want to join, then that's a future intention. That's something that you want to do in the future. I want to travel abroad soon. Yeah, me too, Juan. I think everybody wants to travel.
And it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Okay.
That's it for this week. Thank you for joining. We hope you've learned something. Try to remember those 15 verbs and how to use them. And Monica, you're going to write a blog post on this?
Remember that after this, I will write a blog post in Blog del Inglés in Spanish, so you can read it easily and with the explanations and everything. So I don't know exactly if it is going to be in 1 or 2 weeks, but I'll have it.
Okay. So go to Monica's blog. Also, if you're interested in private classes, Monica can help you with that. So that's the address to go if you want to do private classes, or if you know someone who's interested in private classes, in Skype classes online.
And you already know Mención Inglés because you're there.
Mention Inglés, yeah, for free material and free courses. And the podcast is at inglespodcast.com. Okay.
Next week, I won't be here. Next week is Craig with Lynn, okay?
But you'll be back in 2 weeks, yes, Monica?
I'll be back in 2 weeks, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. Stay safe.
Okay.
Wear your masks and be careful. See you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.